What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Zach throwing me under the bus.
It's what I do. I just throw people under the bus, But how else are you going to get ahead in life?
Suppose it's got a point. How else would you get ahead in life, no?
Throw people under the bus. My questions are ready. I'm about to give this guy a grilling.
All right, man. Let it rip.
I'm about to give you a grilling. But no mercy today. No mercy. It's all about the love effect.
All right.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the Bro Goes Home podcast. I am your host with the most, Zach. Listen, it's been a while. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and may it be a blessed year for each and every one of you, especially the subscribers out there. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'm going to be putting Dominic in the firing line today. I posted a video a couple of weeks back, but it's just a short video.
It's about a month and 3 days ago.
Yeah, of him proposing to his now fiance, Jojo. And
love you, Jojo.
He mentioned that he was the happiest guy alive. Happiest man alive.
I don't know about that now. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm still the happiest man alive.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're gonna take it easy on you today.
Okay.
We're gonna take it easy on you today. I put some symbolisms here.
I don't know what you're trying to say. I'm already engaged, Zach.
Put some symbolisms there, for the guy to just to make him think, And yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've caught up with you. I think the last was with Melly.
Yeah,
that could have been October, November.
Mr. Melts.
Last year. Yeah, brother Melts. Yeah, so it's been a while since you. How long since your engagement now? December 22nd.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a month and 3 days, 4 days.
It's a month. Yeah. So I just wrote a couple of stuff down here, so that I can sound clever.
Let me see.
Yeah, I just wrote some stuff down here so I can sound clever. I'd like to relate to my people, So, but I hope I'm gonna pronounce it right. Ukubanda Kanya. Yeah. Yeah.
Ukubanda Kanya.
Yeah. Am I right in saying that?
I'm not sure. What are you trying to say?
Engagement.
Oh, really? Is that what it means?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I hardly know. Is that Zulu?
Xhosa.
Okay, that's probably why I don't know. No Xhosa.
I thought I would put that in there.
All the Xhosa guys, they got it immediately, but I didn't get Ukubanda Kanya. Ukubanda Kanya. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So does that mean engagement?
Engagement, yeah.
Does that mean you are engaged, or does it mean this engagement?
So basically, it's been a while since I caught up with you since your Ukubanda Kanya.
Okay, cool. All right, interesting. Smart. Getting there.
But don't throw this in there. I think that's also another way I can learn as well.
Okay.
So it's kind of implementing.
Yeah, get the viewers also to give their comments and maybe tell us actually how to say it, how to express it, and so forth. It's good.
I just realized this is the official start of season 4.
Official start of season 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Season 4.
Are we on season 4 now?
We're on season 4.
Good.
Season 4, episode 1. Am I right? I hope I'm right.
Well, it's episode 1 of this year.
I'm not sure if it's 4 or 5. Season.
That's what I know. Episode 1 of this year.
So sad. Yeah. Ubutiwa, how you doing?
I
told you I could throw that in there. That's always the question,
How are
you doing?
Impilo imnandi and Mbonginkosi. Because if it wasn't for God, I think a lot of us would have been lost and without hope. So I've really seen God's blessings over the past couple of months.
Yeah.
Over the past days, it's been even more. His presence, can feel it. So I'm good, man. I'm awesome. Couple of things that I'm stressing about, but I take it as part of life, because life has those things. It's like I was in church yesterday, and the priest that was saying his homily, his message was saying that we are meant to suffer. You know, what is
That's deep.
life without suffering? You know, we all suffer. There's nobody out there that doesn't. So me, under the suffering, I am. I'm amazing. I'm amazing, my brother. Yeah,
It's good.
how are you doing, by the way?
It's not about me. But
Oh, you got to tell your viewers.
listen, I think I'm also under that banner where I'm suffering. But
Yeah,
if you don't embrace it, look, you know my challenges. You've seen me at my worst, in my weaknesses. Um, yeah, even now what I'm going through, um, having lost my job, a couple of months back last year, July, August. Yeah, it's been a challenge. It hasn't been easy, as you know, but yeah, like you said, now it's the, you have to go through the suffering. You have to endure. Um, Otherwise, you're not going to build up that resilience.
yeah.
So I'm building up that resilience again now. So
Okay.
I think it's not the first time I've heard it.
Yeah,
It's not the first time I've heard it. And I think you just reminded me of that also. That suffering is it can be a blessing as well. Right?
part of the
You don't
journey,
have to be
man.
scared when you
Part
hear
of
the
the
word
journey.
suffering. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's like when you win a million, and then you decide to buy yourself a Porsche until you see the installments and the service fees, right?
What that balloon payment. That's suffering.
So yeah, man.
Listen, sorry, if I just, I like to make notes so that I don't drift away. But the conversation really sticks to the notes. It just goes as the conversation goes. But I think that's also spirit led also. So I think it's very it's a very good thing
Mm,
because we need to realize that we also have to allow God to be in this space so that we can learn. I can learn from him. He can learn from me. So, my brothers, I think it's a very good thing that whatever space you're in, take God with you. That's the most important thing. Listen, the reason I asked you, been chasing you for a while. The reason I asked you specifically because I think your engagement, your recent engagement, is something that can inspire others as well, other men. And I don't think that we hear enough of a man's journey from engagement there, and then ukuchata, to get married. So we don't hear a lot of that. And I think you are the perfect specimen to be
so much space.
the perfect
Okay,
specimen
so
even though it's still fresh, man. But
patient.
I'd like to know like how did you feel, building up to the 22nd of December 2025.
Or as I'm patient X, felt like I had no choice.
Specimen 101.
As I was being strapped down, handcuffs.
Because look, if I think of myself, I think Lori figured it out already.
Yeah.
But I think I shot myself in the foot because I
So
told
did
her,
Jojo.
I kind of like hinted I want to get married.
How did you hint it?
I can't really remember, but she sensed it, man. She sensed
So
it. And I proposed, it was just the two of us.
Okay.
My mom was actually in the other room, but we were in the kitchen. And I think we had pizza or something, McDonald's or whatever, but it was just the two of us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I just decided, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it here. And then I posted a picture on my Facebook with her saying yes with a ring and whatever. So yeah, she knew, she knew, but
It was
like
coming.
that we didn't have any other people around us. It was just me and her. And I think that's what also made it special. But I wanted that elaborate um propose. I wanted to go to Sea Point and have all the friends and family stand there. So as we're walking up, on the pavilion,
Yeah.
everybody's standing with a sign and will you marry
Why
me?
didn't you plan it like that?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't. I think about it a lot now, especially since your engagement. And I thought to myself, you know what? Why didn't I do it like that back in the day?
But wasn't it
Do something.
because of Keaton?
No, I don't know why. I can't answer that. But it wasn't because of him. I think it was.
It was God sent. It was meant to be like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I was in the right headspace at the time also to do that elaborate. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But when I came here the evening of the 22nd to your house, and I saw what you were doing here. You saw something. I think on YouTube you said,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you had this idea, and then I thought to myself that's original, man.
Yeah.
Just how you did it, how you proposed, and then I thought back to my,
Mm.
okay, why didn't I just do what I
I
wanted to
mean, I
do at
mean,
the time?
I could also put myself in the same headspace as yours, whereby I wouldn't say maybe my proposal was as glamorous or as big as I thought it would be. Although I'm very grateful of how it actually turned out. Look, first maybe going a bit backtracking to her knowing. Um,
They
I
always
always,
they always know, they
I think
always,
they expect it. Like,
especially with our
wait.
our, our ladies, they just know.
I think most women walk around with that question in the back of their heads and they never talk about it. And it's like, when are you gonna get married to me, man? What's wrong with you? Get down with it. Maybe not saying it to the guy, but having that question. I think so. I don't know. But uh, I always told myself um, that this. You inspire me. You and Lori, and your marriage inspires me. And I went to a stage in my life where I was like, what is this boyfriend girlfriend thing that we're doing? What does that mean? Boyfriend is. Then you might as well meet anybody on the road and say that is your girlfriend, because then it's a girl, it's your friend, you know what I mean?
Mm,
But there's no. I always used to say that there's nothing written anywhere that you should have a boyfriend or girlfriend.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I was in a relationship with Jojo, we went through a lot, and maybe someday we'll have a chat about that, about what guys go through when they're in a relationship, because they say guys have different reasons why they're with women,
Mm,
and I'm not sure if it's the same with women, but maybe we can have that open conversation while we have a couple of women around. But um, yeah, when I was with Jojo, and I saw how much she cared for me. When I realized actually how much she cared for me, I was like, "Die stroofvrouw." It would be a plan mark, and because she was somebody from my church
mm,
as well, it felt God sent, and it didn't make sense for me to go to church with my family and then go to church with my girlfriend. And then where do you sit? Uh, Tell me, where do you sit with your girlfriend if your family is there with you?
mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
even if you introduce, your girlfriend to your family. She's still your girlfriend. She's not official. So do you actually sit with your girlfriend, or do you actually sit with your family? Do you know? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that also added on to actually me thinking about where I want this relationship to go.
Mm.
And right away it was like, we need to get married. There's no two ways about it. Melissa shot. And yeah, man. So the first thing obviously was getting the ring.
What was that?
The ring was I think the hardest part was trying to get the ring without knowing her ring finger size. I don't know, gents, but we need to have a
Conversation.
conversation. How do you get your future fiance's ring finger size without telling her? Yeah, I watched a couple of things while they sleep, put a string around a finger. Pull
That don't work.
I did something like that once, and the ring size was still wrong. Um, so that was the hardest part. Looking for rings just makes you fall more in love with the person that you're with. Um, because you just think, oh, what kind of ring should it be? Should
Mm.
it be something that she likes? Should it be something that you like? What color? All those all those
I
things. And
think
I think
I chose the
did you choose a ring
I think so.
as a that's an engagement ring? Yeah, you
Yeah,
chose
I
it.
think I chose it.
How did you choose it?
Oh goodness me. Yo, you're taking me back now. I've been married for 7 years now. Yo. God,
All right,
7 years.
you're gonna tell
7 years is fresh. 7 years is fresh.
you're gonna give a short a short reel or something about how you
How
actually
to
got to
propose.
yeah how you got to that
To get the
choosing
ring,
yeah
the ring size without the ring.
yeah
Yeah,
so and
that's a good
then
idea.
when I finally got the ring that I wanted, that's also the other thing is budget. You know, you want something glamorous and gloomy, but you also don't want to break your neck for it just yet because there's still a wedding coming. So when I finally got that ring, I ordered it immediately.
Mm.
Um, what guessing what the ring finger size may be, and yeah, I didn't get it 100%.
At least you got the ring.
And after I got it, because I told myself I'm in this relationship for good. I try not to hide anything, and I say try because there are certain things that men go through that you always don't disclose immediately, kind of a
Mm-hmm.
situation. Nothing serious. So she gets to go on my phone whenever she wants to, and this one time she happened to go on my phone
And she
and she
found.
saw the order. So she knew it was coming. She even to a point saw when it was gonna be delivered. And obviously when it was delivered, she didn't get to see like when it came here, she was like, what is this? And I was like, as in on my phone, she never saw the ring itself. It's like this order was delivered, obviously. So I was like, no, I had to help somebody buy a ring. Somebody. And now this particular ring has a particular description on it. Very unique. So she's like, but why does it say this? So I'm like, that's what the person wanted. So
Just helping a friend.
just yeah, yeah. And I stick to that story for a very long time. I actually wanted to propose to her on the 22nd of September, which is her birth month.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Um, and I don't know what happened during that month, and I was like, nah, it's just don't know. Oh yeah, what happened is that I didn't know how to do the proposal situation. I think that that's the time also when I told you. I
You
think
must start watching Penguins of Madagascar.
I
I have a
remember,
proposal.
and then yeah, I didn't know what to do. How am I going to propose and so forth. So since September to December, she knew it was coming. She just didn't know when the day was.
Mm.
Yeah, and I told myself that I need to do it within 2025. I'm not gonna delay any further, you know. So um, come December, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Because the 22nd is coming, and I need to make it on the 22nd
Sorry.
because that is our actual anniversary of when we started dating.
Mm.
And yeah, I wanted to originally take her to the beach, and at Cam Space specifically, there's this guy that builds whatever you want with sand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I wanted him to actually build Marry Me, Jojo, and then obviously drive through. And I wanted couples there with.
Mm.
So you and Lori, and then her friends, um, as well. And then I just thought to myself, in order for me to plan this without her knowing, technically you guys need to be there, kind of a situation. But then I thought the distance between where I live and where Camps Bay is, and she was working that day, no? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And then as well as like it's also part of budget. So then the second idea was to actually, because we are in the season of Christmas, is to actually do something on Lovers Lane, which was um, one of those ideas that I thought would really work. And she doesn't know this, but the idea was to build a hot
Mm.
lights, okay, and then have like lights, almost like a runway walkway, lights on the side, and then have a table, and then then I thought to myself like, okay, that could work. But now the other thing, what if it's a bit too windy and stuff? In fact, I was actually really running with it,
Mm.
regardless the weather. And then I think it was, I think the date was the 21st. Yes, the
Mm.
21st, we went to a Christmas showdown where the houses in Brackenfell were showing the Christmas lights on each house, and each road had like Christmas lights. And I went there with my cousins, and and I was like, hang on, but why don't I do it here? You know, and I just needed an idea of how am I going to do it, and then that's where the ho 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 marry me Jojo came in,
Mm.
and I just thought to myself, okay, cool. How do they actually create? Because I saw on these houses they do the lights. They how can I say, they decorate the lights in such a way that it carves out the names Merry Christmas.
Mm.
So I was like, oh, only thing I need to do is learn how to do that, and then I'll actually create something that just says ho ho ho, marry me, Jojo, you know. And that was basically the hardest part. So I had like 24 hours, yes, to create this thing,
Put
and then
yourself under pressure there.
find a house, and then yeah, and just pop the question, and then even that day, because I told like the day before I'm gonna take her to see the houses and the lights, Christmas lights and stuff like that. I told her, do your hair, do your nails, you know. I think that was hinting more towards this is gonna happen, and she knew that the 22nd is out is our date. So yeah, so she went all out and made sure that she prepared,
Mm.
you know. But yeah, that's basically how it went. Didn't, from not knowing how to checking budget to being sure about a specific venue to actually changing that venue in the last minute and actually just making it happen.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mind you, I haven't heard half of the stuff that you said, so it's fresh. It's fresh to me. It's new. Listen, yeah. I think every relationship is unique. So like yours is different to mine. Mine is different to my dad's.
Yeah.
Every relationship is different. So um, It has its unique story, unique. We all go through those phases. So Jojo is now no longer. She's no longer like you mentioned. You take you go to church, for example, and now your girlfriend is with you. So how do you then now introduce her as what?
Hmm.
Is she family or is she your girlfriend?
Are you talking about currently?
No, like I'm just using that as an example
Oh,
to
then,
get
oh,
to
yo,
get
yo, oh,
into
yes,
my
yes, yes, yes,
into
yes.
my next question. So
Okay, yeah.
she's no longer umfazi wam. Ne?
No, no,
No. Now
she
she's your
technically you can say she's now Mfazwa, but Mfazwa means like wife, basically.
hmm.
So she's no longer Umuntu Wam, my
Okay.
person.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, kind of a thing. Okay,
I
so
learned something new.
yeah,
Okay. I
yeah,
thought umfazi wam was
yeah, my
girlfriend.
wife, my woman,
Okay.
Umuntu, Umuntu is like my person.
So
Mm.
I should have used the Zulu term.
Yeah, you just Google it, what girlfriend is, you know.
I thought
Yeah,
I'd try something different with
that's good though. I like
because
the fact. I like the fact that you are actually going into it.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, so she's no longer that the
girlfriend.
girlfriend now. She's now the fiance.
Yeah, yeah.
Does it sunk in?
Yep. I love the ring to it. I love it. I love it.
Speaking of rings,
Yeah.
have you ever thought about like why guys don't get engagement rings?
Funny enough, yesterday, where was I yesterday?
I mean, I didn't wear anything, you know, after I proposed. So I mean, I was like this,
Yeah,
and she had
yeah.
a ring on.
Yesterday, Jojo and I went to the beach,
Just a thought.
and I saw this couple. And first thing that came to mind was, look if they engaged, married, or something. Look at the woman's
Hmm.
hand. And
I tend to do that also. It becomes a
yeah,
habit. Like
yeah.
I will see guys walking with their girlfriends or their wives. And I look at their hands, man.
But you look at whose hand?
Both.
Do you normally look at both, or do you look at usually the woman, basically?
Yeah.
Because most of the times you find that guys don't have rings. You also think about
Mm.
it. Okay, let me first look at the
And I think
woman.
that's where my thought came in. Why don't guys have engagement?
That's where that same thought, and I was like, why don't I have an engagement ring? I wanted to actually ask Jojo that. I don't know what distracted me, but yeah, I don't know why guys don't have one. I think there might be some kind of historical um, reason to it or answer to it. It might be. But I mean, like the way the world is right now, there's no reason for you not to do a couple of changes that make sense to yourselves. You know. So I'd like to. I wouldn't mind having an engagement ring.
Mm.
Because even though it does not mm, mm, necessarily mean that I'm married, it does represent the fact that there is a bond between two people.
Mm.
That's how I see it. But I really want to know. Maybe one of our viewers can comment and then just tell us exactly what they think. Why is there no engagement ring for the guy? Is it because the woman also doesn't go down on her knee? So if the woman goes down on her knees,
I've heard of women proposing.
and then what
I
does
thought
she give a ring to him, and then she doesn't wear one?
I don't know. I think I asked Lori
Oh,
once, would she have proposed to me if I didn't do it first?
she probably said no.
No, she said she would have asked me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Jojo wouldn't.
She would have. Yeah.
Jojo would ask.
Something along that line. We had a discussion where I asked her, um, doesn't necessarily mean that the guy has to do the proposing. The guy, would you have proposed to me? Something like that. But we had that
Mm,
convo. So she was open to.
I don't think
She said yes, she would.
there's
She would
a
have asked me.
I don't think
She
there's
would
a
have
woman
proposed to me.
maybe that wouldn't think of, I wouldn't mind getting married to this guy. But I think like there is that thing from a woman that maybe says that the guy should be anyways proposing. I don't know. Also, I think Georgia wouldn't have like
But
she probably would have reminded me,
that's also like
dude, you need to marry me, okay? I don't see no
also
ring.
like engraved in us to propose to women.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Look, I think for me
yeah.
it's an amazing feeling. For me, it was like this is the moment. This needs
It's like pausing the treatment. Like you
yeah,
stressed it.
this needs to happen right
It's like
now. You
pausing
know,
the treatment,
makes
like
you
waiting.
feel
Like,
good.
is she gonna say yes? Is she gonna?
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember that evening um, when I went down and like I could just hear people around me. And there's one thing about Jojo that you might not know. She doesn't like a crowd of people.
Uh,
Yes. And my fear was her running away. Trust me, she won't say no.
mm,
She'll probably run away. And that was my fear, my biggest fear. And running away from all those people with cameras and stuff. Well, people you don't know with cameras and stuff, you know. Um, so so that was my biggest fear. But it feels so amazing to actually go down and then just ask her in marriage. It changed. I think it changed a lot of my perception about a lot of things in terms of relationships.
mm,
In terms of what two people, because it's like yeah, you're saying passing matric, but you got your certificate of approval from her, and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
it's like now you can walk as one,
Mm,
kind of plan as one, do things as one, understand one another, and so forth. It's a better off journey.
mm.
And it brings another question, and maybe this is a topic for another podcast: is how do how do people get married or not even married and just decide to stay together without getting married? You know, and working through their relationship and
It's deep.
it's another deep one, but anyways, I suppose that there's more spiritual context to what certain couples do and more logical context to what other couples do, but yeah,
What was or why was it so attractive for you to be in this space? Because now you're one step closer to getting married. Did you think of
uh,
you getting older? You know, I mean that
yeah, I'm very
I know I was inspired by I mean I saw Franklin get married, I saw Lord get married, I saw I think I was a year out of where remember my friends Clinton Nicole
yeah.
where I met them a year after they got married,
Hmm.
sort of. Yeah, but I had met Nicole previously, but and I went through all these seeing people our age get married, and I thought to myself, I'm in this space. Um, I'm engaged now, but what led me to wanting to do this? But then I thought back when I was younger,
Hmm.
um, I always wanted to get married. I didn't know how it was going to happen.
Yeah,
I didn't know who, but I always wanted to get married. That was my thing.
yeah,
So
that's always been
I
you.
was always inspired by
Yeah,
stuff like that. Like
that is
movies. The romantic happy ending.
uh,
That was me.
that has always been you. I mean, as far as I can remember, that's what you wanted to to do. You were always, and you've always seen yourself as or with an older woman, meaning it's almost like you had that understanding that I don't know if it's an experienced woman or
It's gonna keep me in line.
yeah, kind of a situation. This is,
No,
I
go that
need,
way. Okay.
you know. But also, I think what in your head was might have been in your head and heart might have been that I know this is how life is supposed to be for me, you know. And
My if I sorry to. to interrupt you there. I think my wife. Now that I'm thinking about it, my wife's maturity is was is was and is still one of the most attractive things.
Yeah.
Because when we debate and we discuss and we argue, when couples go through all these things, then we can actually we've learned to give each other space to like sort of listen to each other. So she says what she says, I listen. Took me a while to listen. But that's the bad enough journey. You have to listen. Like some woman will say, just shut up and like listen to me, right? And just the mere fact that she's she's wiser in certain areas, and I can learn from that. I think that's also why I have this attraction to older women, and she's only about 3 years older than me, but she's got life experience as well. She knows, a lot about a lot of stuff that I don't know,
Yeah.
so I can learn from that also.
Yeah. I think going back to your question, and for me, like I said earlier on, you were you and Lori were an inspiration to me.
Mm,
I've also experienced a lot of um, relationships where I felt that I can do better in terms of understanding what a relationship is all about.
mm.
You know, I'm not saying I want to go back to any of them. Hell no. But
He said, "Hell no."
we I think it's me realizing my own faults, and then as well seeing people go through divorces, and then also hearing from people stories about how they could have done better. You know, and then I'm
Having regrets and stuff like that.
yeah, maybe regrets or just even just life lessons. You know,
Yeah.
and then my me being very content with my own life, and then as well with the woman that I have. Um, from what we've been through in the short period of time is amazing, you know. And for me to not take things seriously would be basically just playing with time unnecessarily, you know.
Mm.
And then as well, I couldn't see her being with somebody else. I don't want to see her being with somebody else. So uh, I literally got to the point where I was like, you know what, I understand what love is. You know, some people.
Is that positive jealousy factor?
Yeah, I
You know, she's
suppose.
she's she's mine. I want her to be with me.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
part of it as well.
Not
You
not
know,
in a possessive sense, but
yeah,
that
that's
this
part of it.
is this is
And
something you want to build.
but as well, I want the best for her. You
Mm.
know, I want to see her achieve. I want to see her grow. I understand what she needs. I want to learn more about what she wants and so forth, you know, and I want to be a part of that journey. So, me taking that step to actually say, you know what, no, man, you shouldn't be playing around, girlfriend, boyfriend. Ah, I'm going to tell my girlfriend. Oh, I'm going to tell your boyfriend. You know, it should be where's your girlfriend? No, it's not my girlfriend. That's my fiance, and that. For me, it makes me feel good when I say that's my fiance.
Mm.
Because I don't want people getting a misconception of what this relationship is about. Um, it's either you are with it, and trust me, it's either you are with it or you are against it. And when you're against it, trust me, you're against us both. It's not going to change.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you. Were you? Do you think like I think I had that when I was dating, like this fear of commitment. Like there's commitment and then there's too committed type of thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like um fear of the next level. Like I dated girls who had kids, right? but I wasn't afraid of the relationship. I was afraid of, what happens next. Like, am I gonna be, what is the kid gonna call me? Like uncle or daddy or something, you know what I mean? Like it's just an example. Um because going from being a fiance to going to marriage, and marriage is a whole other. Like I say, I'm still a baby in it, but 7 years I've been doing it. But going from engagement to marriage, what do you think about that? Is that a fear in your opinion? Do you have a nervous thing in your throat?
I don't necessarily have
Because my
the
biggest thing now was the how nervous I was when I was wedding with the
mm,
wedding day.
mm.
Like
But you meant to be nervous in
you
that
know
day.
what I mean?
You
Like
meant to
like
be nervous.
we were getting ready there
That's
at my
that's
place. We
like
were getting dressed and so on, and
yeah,
it got
it's like writing exam paper,
yeah
saying a speech in front of a lot
the
of people for the
more
first time.
I was helping you guys with your you and Duncan with your ties and whatever, and the more I was doing that, and then I was ironing my shirt, and the more I got ready, I button up the one and the next you put on the tie and the shoes and the pants and the belt, and then you put on the jacket. They're like, oh, yo, this is getting now.
Yeah,
Like I'm actually gonna do this. Like that type of
I,
it's
I,
it's it's a little bit scary, nervous, but you know, even after the when we got to the reception, I was like, okay, now this is
yeah,
you a couple of hours into this whole thing. You just signed, the
mm,
witnesses have also signed, and you're getting into this thing now. You're like, okay, yeah, once this is done, like then she's actually my wife. I'm her husband. Like, do you think of that? Like,
no, no,
do you think of like the next the next
I
step? Is it
can't.
scary for you?
No, I've thought of getting married,
Mm,
but I haven't thought. I don't know. It hasn't sunk in that I'm gonna be married, or you're going to go through that stage of getting married. So I think I'm yet to experience all that. I've
mm.
heard about
I
that.
think the closer
Yes,
you get to it, like when you actually start, like,
planning.
yeah, when we started planning, when we started going to places,
Yeah,
then it started getting real.
yeah,
And then I was just more worried about um, things getting done and just working out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I was thinking stupid stuff like walking up the stairs or down the passage there in the church, like like slipping and falling, like. And then my mother also made me nervous, like she asked me something. I said, "Mommy, just relax. We can be nervous, like that type of thing."
Yeah,
Like, I mean, there's one photo where my mother's got this expression on her face, man. And now I'm going through all the pictures and whatever, and I can see like, yo, look how nervous I look there, you know. And I think of when I was walking down the aisle, and then Lori's friend was the photographer. He I was standing there, I was waiting for her. And then he told me, Zach, you can turn around. She looks amazing, bro. She looks amazing. And I turn around and I see, and I'm like, supposed to start crying there. Nothing wrong with crying. Nothing wrong with. But like that, man, like, do you think of moments like that, or are you
I
like
think
you
it's
like you said, you're
easier.
not there yet. I think
Yeah,
once you get into it, then you're gonna start.
yeah. I think it's easier for you to ask that question because you've been through it. But like I said, that I've thought of getting married,
Mm,
but I haven't thought of getting married. Like
the
what the
planning,
plan? Thought of the planning, but like you don't know the moments that
mm,
you're going to experience, and I suppose it's going to go through with each step of the way that we as we get closer to whenever that date may be. Um, like just to come back to your earlier question about being married and things that you go through. Like the only fears, the only fear that I have during or about marriage is um, the fear of what people go through when they actually decide they want a divorce. I feel that is one thing. It's almost like kryptonite. You know,
Mm-mm-mm.
you don't understand, and like the more I tell myself that you know what, um, if you have to listen to those vowels, after those vowels actually, and I'm talking about the basic ones, not the ones that you yourself recite and say that these are the
In sickness
yeah.
and health
I'm
and
talking about the real vowels, you know, and um, what would actually get you to that point of actually wanting to divorce? Why? You know, and that's the only fear I have. And for me, I don't ever want to experience that. I really forbid that. You know, I don't want to.
I thought about it.
Yeah,
Like,
and that for me is a fear because I don't want to go through such a beautiful experience as marriage
mm,
and making these promises not only to yourselves but to God, and then all of a sudden it's like no, you got to break these promises. And I'm divorce happens, you know. Um, I just think there's a bit more to a lot that we see as humans.
I think look for me now, it's a covenant first and foremost. It's a promise
I love the word.
you making to God.
I love the word covenant
Yeah,
that you are using and not promise because I think that's also where
a
people.
bond.
Yeah,
A bond. That's the word.
covenant is even deeper than a bond.
Covenant is deeper. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where we don't understand. Um, I don't even call it curses, but we don't understand things that might or repercussions
Mm.
that might happen afterwards.
Um,
And these are not the repercussions against your own life, but repercussions maybe your kids, maybe your kids' kids. You know,
that
yeah,
generation, that
you
generational
understand
uh,
what are you causing? And I don't blame
generational
anybody
curses.
that gets divorced within right reason because there's a whole lot of right reasons. You know, that's why divorce option.
There's spiritual right, and then there's
Yeah, yeah,
law, like human
yeah.
right.
But basically, what I'm trying to say is that if a couple, within all right reasons, decide to marry, right?
Mm.
And I'm talking about all right reasons just now: physical attraction, spiritual attraction, and then understanding of everything that's actually happening. I'm talking about finances, even, you know, and that's one big one as well.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, my only fear is, and I know I do believe this within my heart, is that I know she won't cheat, you
Mm.
know. Um, but God forbid that divorce has to come between us because of cheating or because of finances or because of misunderstanding. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
that's the only thing within marriage that I fear is having to go through that processes that people can't seem to get around. I don't want to not be able to get around it. You know what I mean? I,
You don't wanna not be able
yeah,
to work on it.
yeah, you know what I mean? You know, until death do us part. Come on.
I heard I heard this. There's another podcast I watch. It's called The Night Conversation. This lady asked. She went up to the mic and she asked the panel. She said, "Listen, yeah, my husband recently developed dementia, so he like forgot who she is, right? In sickness and in health." And then she or her friend came up and asked the question on her behalf. And she said, "Listen, yeah, my friend's husband has dementia, but now she wants to know, can she, go out and still seek male
Mm,
companionship?
mm,
Is that like against the, because he doesn't remember, he's
mm.
going through this."
What
And
was
then
the
on the one
answer?
hand, the one lady said, you know, he's probably not going to even you won't remember anything, you know. So you can go
What is
and
that?
date, but then the other guy says, but he made a covenant.
Yeah.
They made a covenant together, even though
Sickness
he
and
can't,
health.
you know, in sickness and in health. So what do you do in a
This
case
morning,
like that?
this morning,
My mind was like,
this morning, I actually went for breakfast. There's a Portuguese couple that's in our church. They've been married for 63 years. No kids. Beautiful.
kids.
Yeah, no kids. Beautiful couple. They took myself and my mother out for breakfast. And the husband mentioned something to me. He's like 63 years. He mentioned something to me. He said his dad was a very good man. And his dad and his mother had 7 kids. He mentions 13, but the 13 passed on because of complications and so forth. But 7 kids. And his mother passed on at the age of 45 while he was 9 years old. And then the 7 kids were left alone with his dad. And apparently, there were 2 women who were very close to the family and helped his dad raise the kids. And these women were very fond of his dad. But he says that his dad promised his mother that if she has to pass, he will never get married again. And he kept his promise. And for me, I think that is those little fundamentals that we don't take into consideration. It's like I tell Jojo that when my kids are 18, they must get out the house. Go. Because I want to spend time. Yeah, I want to spend time with my wife. The person that made them, right? That union is important. Where we started off, how I looked at her in the beautiful green eyes and beautiful white smile, all those things, we need to catch up on all that because I know what
guys spoiled everything.
kids come in. I see it everywhere. I see what with you and Lori as well, with Raya and Keaton. Lovely, lovely, I almost said creatures. Babies
The creatures, man, they're lovely creatures
to have, and amazing, and you adore them and you care for them, you put all that love in, you do anything for them, but they're not where it all started. It wasn't the kids first and then Lori. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And for me, I think that's the most fundamental thing. It's not finances first and then your relationship. If you went into a relationship and the finances weren't great, then and it doesn't get greater, why should that be the turning point? Or if your finances were great and now both of you are together and then it doesn't get greater, it just gets, why should that be the turning point? So for me, I think, I don't know, I really forbid that I get to experience those kind of moments, but I really I really look forward to being married to Jojo because of what we are able to do as a couple. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Sure. Giving me a lot to think about, actually. Give me a lot to think about. Yeah,
God first, man. God first.
Yeah.
God first.
I mean that this podcast wouldn't be possible without God being present. And yeah, I think conversations like this need to be had more often. Because I don't hear a lot of guys or see a lot of guys. The woman put on their statuses, I'm getting engaged and this and that.
Yeah.
You see the guy proposing in the pictures, but you don't hear his story necessarily after the engagement.
Yeah.
Like, oh
I don't think
my
you even
brother, how
hear.
was it?
I don't think you even hear enough stories like that.
No.
It's really something that it's nice that you're doing this because you're starting something that hopefully will spiral out and people speak more about it, because if your happiest moments are your engagement and your marriage, that should
Mm,
be celebrated at all times. You know what I mean? Instead of celebrating all these problems and situations that you have, and justifying wrong a lot
mm,
of the times. Something's wrong. Since somebody said sometimes we give the devil too much credit, you know.
mm,
Just cause you're going through something or something happened, don't say it's the devil. If you look at Job, um, Job wasn't tempted by the devil.
mm,
God sent him and said, "Yeah, it's fine. You can go try." You know,
mm,
and he tried. But God, you give God the praises for the suffering, because um, if you do believe in Him, you should then believe that there are greater things coming.
mm.
That's the difficult part. But anyways, not to get too spiritual and biblical, but
Too deep.
yeah, but
We get deep, man.
yeah.
We like
What,
getting
what
deep.
what what I'm trying to say is that even in African, and there's this guy I'd like, if I'm extending the podcast a bit, but there's this guy I'd like you to meet someday. Hopefully, I can meet him. He had an African wedding, a very spiritual guy, but he had an African wedding and a white wedding. And I really would love him to talk about his experience when he came to the African wedding, and then as
Mm,
well his experience when he came to the white wedding. He's got a beautiful, beautiful story to tell. I think our perception of a lot of things,
yeah.
um, like the world is distorted in many ways, and it's scary how distorted the world is.
You just actually made me think before we end off. Um, I went with Candy to a Muslim wedding,
Yeah,
my first official Muslim wedding.
yeah.
Sure, what an experience for me. Um, so they had their traditional wedding, the Muslim wedding, and then the white thing is afterwards, or the reception room, that.
Mhm.
And now that I'm thinking about it, like there was a guy. Like what is his story? I hope he's still married, but like his story could be, you know, inspiring to somebody
Yeah,
else. Like yours is now.
yeah,
Yours can gain traction and
yeah,
inspire somebody else. Hey, I've been with this girl for 7 years, and I didn't even think of proposing.
yeah.
Like, let me take a step back and be me. You
Like,
know what I
it's
mean?
like one of my friends. I told that there's no pressure for you now asking
I don't think
your
there
girl.
should be pressure.
You know, um, every
You
guy
should
should.
just know
I got told
this
this
is
once. Also
this.
from an old friend. He's also been married for quite some time, and um, he asked me when am I getting married, and then I don't know what I replied to him. Then he's like, "There's nothing to think about. You just do it." You know, and I was like, "Oh, like because you can't." It just made me think you can't plan much after your journey afterwards.
Mm-mm.
You don't know certain things afterwards how they're gonna be. It's not like we're done with the girlfriend section. Open engagement section. There's no instructions. Yeah, and he made me think. For
I
for
even think
for him,
that's a good thing. I
yeah,
think
for
about
him to actually, and as well coming from him, I wouldn't have expected him to get married,
it.
but he's happily married for quite some time, and it made me really realize the words that he was saying. There's a lot of wisdom coming from that. You can take it in a whole lot of ways. Coming from him, that knowing how we grew up and seeing him now, it's like wow,
Uh,
wow.
yeah. Okay. Very interesting. My brother, thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor listening to your words of wisdom, listening to you speak. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I didn't know in terms of your the process and stuff that you went through getting to
Yeah,
the engagement. So
I kept it hush hush for a very long
Yeah,
time.
you don't even tell
I
me.
kept
I
it very
thought.
hush. A lot of people didn't know. Thank you very much, my brother, and to all those listening. Don't feel bad about me not telling you about my engagement and all that. And like I'm his best man. He's my best friend. He only knew in the last minute when I invited him that it's happening now. You know. Um, so I do apologize for not inviting everybody, but thank you for watching this video till this far. If you don't like it, please subscribe and like, and then as well comment, share your views, and if you wanna pop around onto our podcast, hey, just drop a comment down, and
I've got a lot of engagement rings here for the guys.
hope to see you soon.
Please
That's a lot of rings.
Start engaging, my brothers. Start engaging.
That's a lot of rings.
A lot
None of them
rings.
fit me. There's just one that fits me. It almost didn't come off.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video as my brother Dominic has said. Like, share, follow, subscribe. We are on YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. And yeah, may this year be a awesome year for the podcast. And we plan on growing. We plan on growing a whole lot more with God's grace and mercy upon the podcast. And we will always aim to put God first and put Him on our journey with us as we grow and as we learn. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Wondering. Just put it out there.